So every week I have the same conversation with my husband when I'm meal planning is, what do you want for dinner this week? And one of the things he says on a regular basis is grilled pork tenderloin. Okay, great. What do you want me to do with that grilled pork tenderloin? Just mentioning a particular item doesn't necessarily do it for me. So this week it's a grilled pork tenderloin meal, and I've decided to try a maple bourbon sauce to go on that. I'm going to reduce those down and then add a butter sauce after the caramelization happens. Then we're also going to have a favorite in our house, and that is au gratin potatoes. But in my au gratin potatoes, I'm going to add caramelized onions and spinach as well, a little roughage in there. And then on the side, we're going to have grilled broccolini. So that's what's for dinner tonight. So tonight for dinner, we're having grilled pork tenderloin. I'm going to make a bourbon and maple syrup glaze to put on there. I know this doesn't look like maple syrup, it's an odd way, but we buy our maple syrup in a big jug. There's actually a great place around Sugar Bush Farms that has a maple festival every year, so that's where we get that, and it stays good for a while. So I'm going to use that to make the glaze, and that's what we use for the pork tenderloin. Then I'm going to blanch some broccolini in water, and we'll grill that as well. I'm also making kind of like, I guess they're like scallop potatoes or au gratin potatoes, I don't know what to call them. So I will take a mandolin and peel up my potatoes, and I will soak them. I will cook them in milk, pre-cook them a little bit. I found that if I pre-cook them first, they actually cook better. I cook them in the milk because the milk's what I'm going to use to make the sauce, so it'll actually add as a starch to make it thicker. I'm going to caramelize onions to put in there as well, and then I will mix in baby spinach into the layers as well and cook that into it. And then I'm going to try the Trader Joe's Swiss and Gruyere cheese. I said I was going to start trying outside the box, and that's what I'm going to do. And if I have some panko, which I can't remember if I picked up any or not, I'll actually add panko to that as well. At some point in time, I'm also going to make dinner rolls for tonight, because this particular because of the way I'm making this, normally if I make kind of an Asian tenderloin, and I use the leftovers as chicken wraps, like lettuce wraps, but tonight we're going to actually have sandwiches instead for lunches all week. So that's what's for dinner tonight.
finished product, those beautiful rolls that we made. And you'll also notice that this makes a huge batch of them. I was able to freeze a couple batches of them, and there'll be plenty for sandwiches later. The grilled broccolini, the pork, and we took half of the sauce, and as it was cooking, glazed it so that it kind of caramelized on the outside. That was that bourbon maple sauce, and I added a little chicken stock just to help it reduce some. Then I ended up using the rest of it. I used half for the glaze and half I made a beurre blanc sauce, which basically took that glaze, cooked it up a little bit, and then add lots of butter to it. And that beautiful casserole that was potatoes and spinach and caramelized onions, Gruyere cheese, and panko on there. So that's what's for dinner tonight. Bon appetit.